Bantu abahle, welcome to yet another awesome episode of eKhaya Conversations. This episode is proudly brought to you by eKhaya, a women's cooperative that specializes in audiovisual, creative administrative support, and project management. So if you are in need of these services, kindly contact them on 073 8455 724, or you can email them at ekhaya@outlook.com, or simply just send them an inbox on Facebook at eKhaya Women's Co-op. Anyways, please do enjoy the rest of the show, and if you like anything about what we bring on the show, kindly hit the subscribe button and notification button so that ungaphosa nantoni na that we're bringing on this platform. Ndiyabulela kakhulu. Molweni bantu abahle, igama lam ndinguvuyiseka Maguga, also known as Love Child, and these are eKhaya Conversations right here on eKhaya Sessions. Today we're talking politics and arts, women in politics. So we have the so beautiful Mampho, Alice. Like English, Alice. Oh, at least.
Sure.
Yeah. Apparently, my biological father, perpetual means forever mine.
Oh.
And the guy was never there. So I don't know. Otherwise, today we're talking politics in arts and women in politics. I think one thing that we are trying to do with this season of eKhaya Conversations is amuchonga people abenza izinto zabo in their corners, but izinto significant, and that even Tina, people that are watching from afar abazi appreciate, because I think a lot of people don't know about politics are everywhere. The reason why we are able to sit here and do this is because of policies as guide was the politics of South Africa, because in India these things they don't happen, but Tina, we are able to do them. So yes. I think more than anything we're trying to educate and also shining the light, because I've never seen you uhleli phansi in an interview okanye talking in a setup enjena. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me do this. No, Mampho, and thank you for uvuma to do this. For those abangayaziyo, it's AM right now. Yeah, it's the early hours of the morning, and we are here doing this. So thank you for useta ixesha aside for this, and welcome to eKhaya Conversations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And goes for the invite as well.
No, Naranjan. I think one of my favorite things about you is how big you are on family. I've seen a picture on social media where kulelwe phansi front abantwana abaninzi, and a lot of people are saying this used to be us when we were younger, and now we don't hang around anymore. But when I see a lot of family gatherings, you're always nobani apuma, you're always with your siblings or your family members, and it's nice because other than what we do, what we are passionate about, we are people, we are daughters, we are mothers, we are sisters, we have families, and so yeah, is that something that was instilled mhlambi kokwenu okanye?
That is into instill, as you were saying, we grew up malahlobo, and we try to keep ezazifundiso zikamakhulu.
Yeah.
Because we were raised by omakhulu and our uncles and aunts. Well, abazali bebephangela.
Yeah.
So we try to teach nabantwana bethu into ba you are nothing without family. Family comes first. Family grounds you. That's the most important thing. So busy schedules zethu, we work in different industries. Njengoba sibayi-4 kumama no dad. But we always find time to sit and have sessions, go out as a family, whether it's just us four siblings, or we bring the kids along, or we go out, we take even the parents. So we're big on that. It's who we are. Without, as someone once said, we should be doing something probably in arts called the Moeketsis. Because my brother loves music, so he usually DJs and brings people in the then they ended up calling us the Moeketsis.
Oh, man.
So it's just and we try to instill it nasabantwaneni intoba.
Nasebantwaneni.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So we're talking politics, and yeah, it's a into enkulu and ebalulekileyo in our country, that for him now, I think it took time for me to understand ba intoni kanye ipolitiki, yabo. And I think the end ndakhula ke and understood ba how does it impact me and the next person. So but first and foremost, I just want to know why politics. Out of everything that you could have done, you were like, you know what, this is it.
Okay, a lot of people don't know that I studied hospitality and catering. And so I qualified as a chef.
So you could have been a chef.
I could have been a chef. I worked for about 2-3 years in that industry. I was like, no, this is not for me. Let me go back to school. And at some point I had to drop out. I did public administration, but at some point, because of responsibilities and so forth, I had to drop out. With politics, I didn't know that my mother was the influence up until I had a conversation with Dada 2 years ago, in fact. But I do know that Umama was active during 1976 in Joburg. We were born in Soweto, all of us. Yeah, in Sebetisano, Central Western Jabav. So a whole lot of 1976 things were happening, and even beyond 1976. So my mom was an activist. And so when we came to PE, because abazali bafumana umsebenzi kweliqala, umama waphangela in PE college, ephangela notata. She became a shop steward up until today. She's old, she's going to retirement. But she's still active, politics, and so forth. And I didn't realize she was a big influence up until I emerged position in the organization, EFF. When Utata said, hey, ndikujongile lonke eli xesha, you have never given up on the EFF. You've been serving ku-branch level. Amen. You've been serving struggles zabasebenzi within the organization. You are only emerging now since 2014. And imkhumbuze into yoba actually ngumamakho. And ndiqaphele sekukudala loo nto loba it's your mother, because umama nasekuhlaleni, she was once a chairperson of the ANC Women's League. So, but yeah, I didn't know most of the things until recently. Utata ndixelela uba kumamakho influence yakho.
Sure.
It's your mother. So that I want you to when you took it on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And as the support man, I think that comforts me. Again, the activist, I'm a person who also is involved in the community upon Kulele Corner. Whether it's I don't know how many times I've been elected as GB chairperson and secretary in majority of the schools where abantwana bambangena khona, because I believe in assisting community. You can't just awukwazi uba ngumuntu V and not participate community struggles.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't just live in jail. Yeah. So I've always been that person. Influence was umama, so that's the reason I am here.
Yeah. So when did this ngenqe ye politics, because I'm gonna say ngenqe ye politics hit you, because you were in school and chef, and like during that, you being a chef or working in that industry, or was it something way before?
I was a member of the ANC Youth League. But I was not really, it was a matter of just membership. just affiliating. Kuba ke umama political end, So after that, when Abu Julius were expelled from the ANC, all of us just sat down up until the formation of the EFF. I think in
Okay.
that's where activism started to be more, because we found space. We got to a place where we found space where we were able to express and assist communities to using this organization. So in Kenya, formation EFF, I suppose.
So this is you. Like, do you ever feel free to take the coat off, of being a politician and just being Mampho and help or assist or whatever outside, like you being Ilenduka a politician?
It's not even about politics. I think it's the spirit of activism. And it's sikulenzima vi. A lot of us, social injustices that we have suffered. So, it's only right and fair that we assist those who are still struggling. So it doesn't really have to do with politics much, but to being umuntu ngabantu, Yeah, so
Yeah, I like that. Umna, I was almost tricked into being a part of something that I didn't want to, because I was dealing with someone that was a politician. No, that was a businessman, but a camouflager with being a politician. So that happens a lot. People join certain organizations because bafuna ukutya, basically, more than taking care of ilentuka needs zabantu. So this person would see, like, the numbers that I pull and 21, and then you know what, if ngasolela pha andithenga ijin just make 5 ndiyazi ba uzawudibana. And like I was almost tricked, but the minute I realized ba and like ndiyayuzwa apha, and I was like, no, andizokwazi ungena apho. And so that happens ke ngoku a lot within your organizations. Ufumanise mhlawumbi some abanye abantu, they hop from this organization to that organization, ubhizi, okanye from politics to arts to business to ukuthenda ngoku usentweni ethile. So how do you guys deal with those foul plays bone ezenzeka within ilentuka organizations zenu?
Yeah, look, I think whenever that thing of greediness, it's not, it's human beings, I suppose, in general, because it's very difficult ukuba job uzawufika wena ufike undithengisele into undithengisela yona, because andikwazi, but I believe in the idea that you're putting on the table. Only time can tell into yobana kanti uvisa ka hey, she was not genuine musingale nto bezanayo. And you ought to have policies, strong policies that guard against ezazinto zinjeyana. I mean, look at the current government. Apho sikhoyo ngoku zenza umzekelo kuyo wade ndisuka kuyo. A couple of years back, there was a councillor who was arrested and convicted for stealing 20K. Today he has a criminal record and he can't do anything. He can't work for the government. He can't do anything. It's just there. And the very same people that voted for the ANC when that guy was arrested, they said, we're done, A, B, C, and D. They came back and voted for the ANC again. Currently, they're crying because they are saying the current councillor is A, B, C, and D. And it's difficult. I don't know what happens to humans. Sometimes I think we're sort of brainwashed as Black people to enjoy poverty, to romanticize poverty, in corruption. We think it's okay when it's done by certain people, because asifuna uhlukana nalento.
So better the devil, you know.
You know, that thing doesn't work. I love what you said before Sikalapa when I was asking about why did you stop Inansek, and you said, you felt that people were using you at some point.
Yeah.
You know, and it's it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. You can't really tell Nyan by intentions up until you start working with them. And in your space, you guys don't want to really participate in politics.
Yeah,
That's
no,
another thing.
I know. We're gonna get to that. And so I was gonna say, and the thing of helping people, we don't mind helping people, but Suza Utima and Shaya, because at the end of the day, I'm here to help you. But the minute to Suza Utima and Shaya, then yeah, you're gonna get the best of me. Yeah, boy.
See?
Yeah, boy. So let's get to artists. They don't wanna asifuna ungena politics. Yeah. So what's the significance between politics and art? Like,
you guys, sometimes I go through social media, I'm like, asking my bet. You know, look, there's this saying, the purpose of your art is to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. Right. Art is very important. Let's take it back to the days of apartheid.
Okay.
Let's take it there. We had artists, Huma Sekela, and all of them. Their music was political. Their music is raise awareness across the Ilizwe. There was a huge concert I was reading about that happened in the UK in the 1980s that created awareness.
Yeah.
And later on in the 90s, Dr. Mandela was released. And he went there and thanked them and so forth. But I feel like the purpose of your art is to reflect the current status quo. Recently, you find that our artists are not prepared to talk about drugs, unemployment through their music, through their paintings, through whatever means of arts, through theater. We had daughter to John Kani, or doctor, in fact, let me not say that, who were arrested at some point for being political.
I remember having a conversation with her at Opera House. I was working on a production. I think it was Sizwe Banzi's dad, no, Tatu John Khan. So she was telling me, Indoba, they used to, actor, they used to, but play yabo, afake something political, awareness for just to hope, because obviously the audience is white, because black people were not allowed. So they would say izinto uthi babevala amazinyo and speak like no, but trying to portray a message and hoping there's a white person that's listening there that will understand the cry that they are trying to put out, so
exactly.
That
you see, that is one of the reasons you cannot have artists who are not political, who don't want to be involved in politics. We're not talking politics of the stomach. We're talking real struggles that we're currently facing. Yeah, people can say there's no apartheid and so forth, but we still face racism. Yeah. We still face poverty is still there.
Extortion,
extortion. Currently, it's difficult to do a business. Those are the struggles. But none of us are saying anything about it. Our artists are not saying anything about it. Too comfortable to kukona yake. It's sad. We do not sizelwe ngabantu bebesilwa, sizelwe ngabantu bebengamaqhawe who feared nothing. But what we're currently doing now, I don't know abantwana bethu bazawusheka nantoni. What kind of a legacy will be living? There's nothing wrong in having good vibes, but can never be good vibes where whereas i-status quo singolhlobo kunje ngoku.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Talking about you, we were sizalwa ngabantu aba that fought the politics, and your biggest influence being your mother. Couple of days ago, ibi birthday ka Mama Winnie Mandela, and like a part of me, like I've always kind of believed in that she was the politician more than Mandela or Nelson.
yes, finally someone said it.
Like I'm like, no, she was the one. That's why even when ngexesha ebanjiwe, she was the one that kept his name alive, because a lot of people babebanjiwe ngelaa xesha and we don't know anything about them. Recently ndandiyofota komnye umngcwabo kulitsha igama lelabhuti, and wayebanjwe no Tata Mandela, and phayana kuthiwa he was the last, he was on the last, I think last 6 people that were released a Robben Island after uMandela. He led lenduka strike soba abazotya for whatever in prison, and I'm like, how come we do not know? And unfortunately yena bengatshadanga, so he didn't have someone to keep his name alive ngokwelantuka elapha phandle. So women in politics, I don't know, man. There are a lot of women that that are it's not ngabo in politics, but particularly Umama Winnie. Like honestly, I think she was the more, so she was the politician more than Utata Mandela. Not taking anything from him, but how izinto were happening, like
It's true. I know, it's true. Who kept his name alive?
Yeah.
Utata Mandela was inside. When people left for exile, Mama Winnie remained. She fought. She fought the apartheid government, at times physically, left her kids. So she was a great woman. You know,
Bantu abahle, as some of you may have noticed, we have a brand new slot on this platform, a slot where businesses and creatives can come and market their products and services. So if you need this service, kindly contact us on 0711 459 553. Just like Umjida, igama lakhe Tbo De Pro, he has a brand new album coming out, but Gala, he's gonna release a single ethi everything good. So please do check out all his social media pages. On Facebook, he's Tbo De Pro. On Instagram, he's Tbo De Pro. On TikTok, he's Tbo De Pro 1. And on YouTube, he's Tbo De Pro 1. Anyways, please wait until the end of the show to catch his performance of that single ethi everything good. But ke okwangoku, please enjoy the rest of the show. Diabulela.
when abantu babhinqileyo, naturally they are managers. They can shape society. You remember we grew up where otata bethu bephangela as mines. We were left by mama. So no mama. Mama must take care of home. So that tata protect all of it. All of it. She becomes an all-rounder. Because indoni umyeni wakhe akekho. Now she has to be both mama tata apha kwabantwana. In some kwezinye izindlu abe caregiver for the grandparents okanye the in-laws, because kweminye imizi besikuhlalwa ifamily yonke, you know. So abantu babhinqileyo generally they are managers, and it's a pity. Yeah, there's not a lot of women who are active politically. There's not, you know, as women, abamama abapha ku-ANC sometimes, you know, they just it's discouraging, you know. You see parliament and you see majority of the times women are used to for howling. Amadoda are the ones who are engaging, but xa kufuna udistractwa into, it has to be women. We were taught tonight kwesi space sethu but there's nothing for us without us. So we cannot go out and advocate for free sanitary towels, ezikolweni, in every public places, just like the government does with condoms. We want the same thing. But who's going to advocate for that if you don't have women in politics? You know, gender equality. It is there on paper, but is it really happening?
Yeah, because ngoku you find ba umntu let's say deputy president of the country, and it's a woman, and ibe into ba, yeah, women, no, but is that person sorry, really gonna be impactful? And also, are they going to, okanye it's just into ba asibafake man, it's just to keep them quiet, and so how can we fight that?
Women ought to fight that.
Okay.
No one is going to fight for us. No men will come and say, women to the front. Women must fight. We have good influences. Oh, Mamu Lilen Goy.
Yeah.
You know, Mamu Winnie, as you are saying. And we need to start believing in ourselves to say that sikhulise abantwana babangaka, we run households. What and
Can
why
we not,
can you not do, you know? Why can't we have a female president? Why can't we have a female mayor? Why can't we have a female chairperson? And all those things, and stop this, even in the space of politics, this thing of women always deputizing. It's women who need to advocate for that and fight for their rightful place. Let's fight. You know, I'm one person who have never agreed, because as it does, there must be a women's league. Those things. Let's contest one space here.
Let's be human.
Because let's be human. We're here. We'll contest the same space. Because that thing of women's league, we will say, Mampho right to president of women's league. Because here we want a man to be the president of the country. You know, so it's entirely up to us. No one is going to fight for us.
Yeah.
You know.
So the as women, we are impactful. And I like Lenduteta Indoba. You don't believe in women's league.
Yeah.
Don't. Let's come together and be human beings, because I think even how we speak to our kids, ezinye conversations umntana uzawuva xa kuthethwa ngohlobo oluthile naye, and we are trying to push for into ba abantwana baphile in families, in healthy families where both parents are there, whether it's a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a man, where this whatever teaching that abazoyifumana is about teaching a right, whether it's told by a guy or it's told by landuka by umuntu obhinqileyo. So for us to impact our kids, because you were saying earlier, you don't know what type of legacy we are going to leave for abantwana sinabo. So for us to impact these kids, what is it that we need to do? Okanye, also how important, because once we know how important it is for us to impact abantwana, we will have a way. So how important is it into yoba masi impact like the younger generation?
Always just stick to politics, because that's what I speak politics to my kids. My kids are political.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, as we grew up when kuko political formations, right? As Golwin, kids were being those things, of course, us and so forth, and that's grooming. I tell Nyana, because he's the oldest, and my daughter, our first and second born, but you can never ever say you have no interest in politics. And you're, I couldn't was in politics. They watch parliament, everyone sits here.
Yeah.
there's ixesha lobukela indaba. Everyone sits akuzotalk because ubukela indaba umizongena erumini yobukela iTV. Popa ibaki, we sit here. And utatam will start engaging, then we start having a conversation. I tell them, but the bread that you eat today is politics. The curriculum that you're taught at school, it's politics. Your everyday life is politics. So for you to be ignorant, to say you don't want to be involved in politics because politicians at some point are painted in a certain way. You can decide what kind of a politician you want to be.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you. If you want to go be those ones with the flamboyant ones, the slay queens, you charman, you go everywhere and take photo shoots, you will be that person. But if you are a person who says, I'm here for the people, of which ndizabe believe about those are the teachings zalapha eKhaya, because that's what we're being taught. They have seen us, we have like programs as during COVID we had programs as food parcels and we gave out to families across. Currently we are program yoba we want sifuna ukolusa abantwana ababini noba bathathu, but we don't publicize those things. So those are the kinds of teachings we teach abantwana bethu. Indobana, you choose what kind of a politician you want to be. Politics is a way of life in this household. And my son is at varsity, and he said, hey, ndikubonisa name yam kodwa iza nansi membership form ndibizwa nakwi-meetings ndithi ndithi ewe. And I'm not saying go be a politician. You can study whatever you want, but you need to understand what is happening around you.
Yes.
I won't be there. The challenges that you face there, you need to be able to fight yourself. Because sometimes they get introduced to politics at tertiary. Because in high schools, we no longer have eKhaya and so forth. So, yeah, that's what it is.
So, iqala at
a very young
conversational,
age.
comfortable, eKhaya level. So for you, when you say, okay, I have done my part, I'm good. When is that for when?
Can never be. I highly doubt it can. I don't think it can. Look, I believe, our parents faced apartheid. That was a struggle. Currently, we're facing these things of crime and unemployment and all this socially Nanzika injustices. So ours is to leave the ibanton to abandona bethu to say you continue fighting the struggles of the current generation. There's a beautiful quote that Umama Winnie once said. Going interview said, she said we were a generation that engaged the enemy. So the enemy might be black. Ooh. Currently, the enemy is black because these things of extortion we're doing it. The enemy might be white. The enemy might be poverty. So, as living the baton of the generation, and you carry on, you keep on fighting. So it can never be enough.
Yeah.
But what is important is that once you live, maybe because to say that you can't have a 65-year-old woman sitting in parliament discussing affairs of the country, So we don't want to be those people. However, once I leave politics, I go back, be active in NPOs, NGOs, assist in the areas, those kind of things. So it can never be enough. But till we die.
Yeah, because I think also we can never have a perfect world.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
So your favorite meal and why? What does it represent for Wena?
Favorite meal?
Yeah.
Jam. It's ipap, obvious, stiff pap. With chicken and salsa. That is what Umama used to cook for us, and normal cool. It was one meal that stove samalahle.
Okay.
So we sit around the kitchen in Bizanazi Payana. And it just takes me back, man, how we used to sit around his stove and around eKhaya 5. Now go 5. That's tradition. We sit around as a stove, kuyabaliswa istory, kukho ababethwayo because okwemkile kungenebuya ngoku and all those things. So it represents home. You know, wherever I go, even abantu ndisebenza nabo, they know, but after a very long day, I'll come back. I must pay again, pap, stiff papa, cook nice chicken, make salsa, and a glass of Coke, of course.
Yeah, thank you again for a glass of Coke. Uzamane 2 liter ginger.
Yes! Yay!
So as far as night Coke.
No, that's fine. I know you make the best ginger, so.
Yeah, I try. Yeah, so thank you so much again, man, for Gonzalenta. I think I had a little of umbilini and not knowing how this conversation is gonna go, but I think it went well. And yeah, thank you so much for Gonzalento. We'll keep fighting, yabo. Nathi in our corner we'll fight ngalendlela sisifighta ngayo, and then when likhona ixesha ke ngokuba masidibane sonke silweni, then bone let us know and we'll do it. Yabo.
Yes.
Thank you for your work, for your input in the society, because we see you as eKhaya sessions, we see you and I appreciate all the work that yenzayo, and yeah, we will continue helping you to fight. Anyways, thank you for joining us today. I hope this was a learning conversations, like we intend to put our conversations out there. Otherwise, keep on supporting this, keep on supporting these. Siyabulela kakhulu until we meet again. Enkosi.
Tell me out, man. Shout out to Sizzle, dog. Hey, Cloud9. Look, we spending time alone, going through a lot of shit. School of hard knocks, my niggas a scholarship. We messed up yesterday, today's another day. To do it twice, use your mind, homie. We made it through them hard times, everything good. Emoji flexing to the devil, everything good. No complaints, we just working, everything good. Pop some line into the hate, everything good. We made it through them hard times, everything good. Emoji flexing to the devil, everything good. No complaints, we just working, everything good. Pop some line into the hate, everything good. Ain't no time to rest. While my teacher was teaching us how to solve X, I was trying to solve real life problems. I had to cry fast. Now most of my friends, depression symptoms. I started ignoring calls, nobody understood, not even fam. Cause I look good, the thing is that my life's sweet. And I ain't candy when you ain't got a plan B. When I hear my homie gone, I said it can't be. He had a 5-year plan, a daughter on the way. One of my top reasons why I had to leave the bay. And my C is trust in mine, she'll never be the same. Even if she finds it, I'm trying to drown pain. Taking deep shots while I'm on my deep thoughts. Silently talking to God, him and read thoughts. Been doing 12 quarantine, I'm trying to level up. Cause these days you gotta doubt for them to lift you up. And if you're looking for a favor, I ain't got shit. Conversations with love, trying to land shit. One day a cash session will be in a mansion. Look, it's spending time alone, going through a lot of shit. School of hard knocks, bang niggas a scholarship. You messed up yesterday, today's another day. To do it twice, use your mind, homie. We made it through them hard times, everything good. Emoji flexing to the devil, everything good. No complaints, we just working, everything good. Pop some line into the hate, everything good. We made it through them hard times, everything good. Emoji flexing to the devil, everything good. No complaints, we just working, everything good. Pop some line into the hate, everything good. Conversations with self, time is not your friend. Keep us snoozing that alarm, you gon' be late for work. And life ain't easy, it's always death. And everything got a price on this earth.
What did you